then all the region of Ghana. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
Now telling a few boys. Where did you guys go? Let's start with the young one. After you make it,
Your Excellency, I saw you nodding to the rhythms of the Made in Ghana music. But we can never end without you experiencing the real beats behind the lyrics. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 minutes, and the Nostal!
From our favorite artists or just heroes within our communities, and then our favorite motivational speakers. We'll hear from them on the app as well. Also, we have from our churches as well, music from our churches also incorporated into the app, and then we also get to see where our artists are going to have a performance, buy our tickets from the app, and also buy some merchandise from them as well. So these are special features that have been added onto the app to give it a much more complete experience. Don't you like it?
We do.
Really, what we sought to do was not just to create an app, but to really bring a whole Ghanaian experience to the fore. It's about time we told our own story. It's about time we held our own destiny in our hands. It's about time that we really put our foot strong out there to really play in the global, music world. And indeed, the people here are making inroads, and we need to make sure that with this app, we present you on a very consolidated platform to actually, swing along with the other big players on the other continents as well. Can we see next? So this actually leads me to the other connected app, which is called the GMX Creator. So the Creator is a very powerful tool, which each and every one of you will have in their hands. So in the palm of your hands, you actually will see how much your music is being played, how often it's being played, on which program, on which station, in which restaurant, in which club is it being played. You see all of that. And indeed, when the money keeps growing,
Chief Executive Officer of Ghana Tourism Authority, Mr. Sarkodie, Chief Executive of Ghana Tourism Development Company, Ms. App+Surprisingly, Chief Executive of the Creative Arts Agency, CEO of GMX Multimedia Limited, leaders of industry from music, Gambo, FIFA, and Gabi, cherished musicians and creative artists, our friends from the media, distinguished writers, ladies and gentlemen. It is to me an honor and a pleasure to join you all today at the launch of a groundbreaking platform that is set to revolutionize the music landscape in Ghana. Here in Ghana, music is more than just art. It is our heartbeat, a channel through which we express our stories, traditions, culture, hopes, and aspirations. We have bridged generations, united communities, and giving Ghana a distinguished presence on the world stage, from the days of the concert of App+Surprisingly, Jerry Hansen, Jajabu, Na Amadua, Nana Amadua, and many others of the present generation. As a minister responsible for the sector, I am filled with pride and excitement for this bold step in elevating Ghanaian music and culture onto a digital platform that resonates both locally and globally. Excellency, as we launch GMX, we are creating yet another bridge, one that connects Ghanaian artists with audiences across the globe. This is a platform that is expected to give our music a spotlight it deserves while bringing financial benefits to the artists and industry professionals who dedicate their talents and investment to create their music. GMX is not only a music streaming platform, it is a celebration of Ghana's rich musical heritage, our diverse genres, and the creative brilliance of our artists. Excellency, the GMX platform, the result of the development partnership agreements between the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture and GMX Multimedia Limited, is one of the utmost importance. It seeks to address the pressing needs that is concerned to the creatives of our music industry, composers, arrangers, publishers, and executive producers. It offers better compensation through royalties, visibility for up-and-coming artists, and a unique avenue for the preservation of our indigenous traditional sounds. With its innovative approach to tracking and distributing royalties, GMX has the potential to serve as a blueprint for cultural preservation and monetization of content across Africa. The ministry is facilitating the onboarding of content from various national sources to stream platform, collaborating with safety agencies such as the National Communications Authority to identify and mitigate ties, assist with marketing and promotional activities to boost the platform visibility and regulatory support to ensure compliance with regulations and standards. Whereas the private part will interfere, fully develop, finance, and maintain the stream platform, provide ongoing technical support, updates, and enhancements to the platform. Excellency, this aligns perfectly with the government's commitment to advancing the creative arts industry and integrating technology into our cultural promotion strategies. Platforms like GMS will enable us to showcase diversity, our talents, and our culture to the global audience, contributing significantly to tourism and creating new revenue streams for the creative economy. As a government, under the leadership of Excellency Dr. we have, over the past 7.5 years, the Creative Arts Act leading to the establishment of the Dr.
Industry, swords, musicians, artists, and members of the creative arts fraternity, the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is a great pleasure to join you here today as we gather to celebrate a remarkable innovation in the Ghanaian music landscape. The launch of the Ghana Music Experience, GMX, a music streaming platform designed to connect Ghanaian music with audiences locally and globally. Music is the heartbeat of Ghana and is an essential component of our cultural identity. It fosters our sense of community and purpose. Over the years, our talented musicians have given us joy, comfort, and hope through their unique, infectious music. And I'm here today to salute all Ghanaian musicians. Ayiko. Your good work deserves every support to ensure that the industry thrives and continues to be the pride and joy of Ghana. Ghanaian music has evolved, embracing influences from around the globe, while staying rooted in our traditions. From high life to beggar high life, or shall we say Boga high life, to hip life, various strands of indigenous rhythms, from gospel to Afrobeats. Our musicians are building a legacy that is powerful, diverse, and resonant. However, this legacy requires tools and platforms to ensure that our artists, composers, producers, executive producers, and all those who contribute to this vibrant industry receive their due recognition, compensation, and their rightful place on the global stage. The world is moving clearly in the direction of the fourth industrial revolution. It is a digital revolution. And it is very important that we use the tools that are offered by the digital age to monetize our talent in the Ghanaian music industry. Sometimes we underestimate the power of digitalization and its relationship with the economy. When you talk about a music streaming app, sometimes you will not really appreciate the impact on how it could monetize the talents of our musicians. You look at an app like Spotify, and Spotify is a music streaming app, but the value of Spotify today is $80 billion, right? That's $80 billion. The value or the total Ghanaian economy is $75 billion. So Spotify alone, as one app, is worth more than the total GDP of Ghana. That is just one app. And just tells you the power of apps in the economy or the global economy of today. You look at an app like Uber, right? The value of Uber is $163 billion. They don't own a car, they don't own taxis. They just have an app that everybody else uses. But their value is $163 billion. That is more than 2 times the value of our economy. You look at Microsoft, and they just deal in apps. Their value is $3 trillion, right? Just apps, $3 trillion. That is 45 or 40 times the Ghanaian economy. So the money in today's economy, the global economy, is in the digital side. So if you are, as we are, trying to monetize our talent, then making sure that we go digital makes a lot of sense, because that is really where the money is. And so I've been very, very interested in this music streaming app for the issue of how do we monetize the talent in the Ghanaian music industry, because it has a major economic impact. The Ghana music streaming app, and I think why we need a Ghana music streaming app is also for global empowerment of our industry, empowerment of our industry. In this world, if you look at the world of the digital revolution, you are either a developer of apps or a user of apps. Those are kind of the dichotomy. You're either developing or you're using. The developers are those who make money, right? The users use and they pay, but the real money is made by the developers. So it is very important to have local ownership and empowerment in some of these apps, because otherwise you will have to use Spotify and other foreign apps that don't make much money out because you are not the developer of those apps. So the Ghana Music Experience, GMX, ladies and gentlemen, is more than just a music streaming device, as was just illustrated. It is much more than that. It is an embodiment of what it means to preserve our culture, support our artists, and leverage technology to foster economic growth within the creative arts. There are a myriad of streaming platforms. However, having one that is purely dedicated to Ghanaian music and musicians is a welcome addition in our digitalization journey as a country. The vast fan base of every Ghanaian musician is in Ghana, and yet this is where our musicians make the least money because of piracy and foreign streaming services that do not promote our artists in a prominent manner and does not pay adequately to impact the livelihoods of our musicians in a significant manner. I must, however, admit that having a dedicated Ghanaian music streaming platform is the first of many steps that must be taken to help our musicians. All of us, as Ghanaians, must begin to appreciate our musicians through the culture of paying for music we listen to. Today I want to emphasize the government's commitment to fighting one of the biggest challenges facing our music industry, that is music piracy. Music piracy undermines the hard work, creativity, and dedication of our talented musicians, producers, and the entire industry. To protect Ghana's creative community, government will continue to pursue measures to clamp down on illegal music streaming websites and platforms, both online and on social media. By strengthening our laws and regulations, we aim to ensure that musicians are adequately compensated and can thrive in an industry that respects and protects their intellectual property rights. Another area that is necessary and needs support and attention is monitoring, collection, and distribution of royalties. This is an area that requires broader consultation and collaboration. The government is determined to support Ghana to first regularize its license to operate and to provide necessary support to fully deploy the Ghana Management Information System, as well as the royalties, logging, and monitoring software. We are in this together. Ghana plays a vital role in safeguarding the rights of our artists, and to further support their mission, government is going to support Ghana in the acquisition of the sophisticated software solution to improve their ability to monitor, collect, and distribute royalties in a transparent manner. This will ensure that our musicians are rightfully compensated to elevate the creative sector in our country. Government will work closely with the Ghana Music Rights Organization to strengthen its operations and enforce its regulatory framework. Through GMX, music players can connect with fans, grow their influence, and importantly, secure a future where their creative work brings sustained income. Platforms like GMX demonstrate the potential of combining technology with culture. It amplifies our music and provides artists with valuable data on their reach, fan engagement, and performance royalties, therefore bringing transparency and accountability to the industry. I highly commend GMX for its vision of collaboration as it aims to create an ecosystem where Ghanaian music thrives alongside the best of global offerings from local artists to international partners. We are on the verge of an exciting journey, one that will be marked by growth, cultural preservation, and unprecedented opportunity for Ghanaian musicians. I want to congratulate the entire GMX team and all who have made this launch possible. I think that, as I continue to say, when we began discussing this, it seemed very, very far-fetched, because this is a few years ago that we started working on this music streaming app. From our point of view as government, we just needed to provide an enabling environment and to encourage the development of this music streaming app. All that we have done in the digitalization space as government is to collaborate with the private sector. The private sector does a lot of the app developments in everything that we've done. Ghana Card, digital address, Ghana.org, the Go Right that we launched today, e-pharmacy. It's all private sector driven with government support to make it happen. And it's no different with GMX. I look forward to seeing very soon all artists sign, all Ghanaian artists sign on the GMX platform, so that the GMX becomes a one-stop shop for all music that has ever been produced in Ghana. I want everybody to be able to say, if you want to hear or listen to Ghanaian music, go to the GMX platform and you can find everything from the go-go's to today. I think that is where we want to then create a lot of value, because if everybody is coming onto that platform, you may come because you're looking for one song and you see several other songs that you want to download. So it's good for everybody to be on it, because you have what we call network externalities as a result, and everybody will benefit. I look forward to seeing the positive impact GMX will have on Ghana's music industry, and to hearing the voices of our talented artists reach new audiences, bringing the sounds of Ghana into homes and hearts around the globe. Thank you, and may GMX prosper in this global affair. Long live Ghanaian music, long live our creative spirit, long live Ghana. It is possible. Thank you very much.
Well, I have the distinct honor and pleasure, high sense of pride for this historic moment, because it is historic for Ghana to have our own music streaming app. And it's my distinct honor and pleasure to formally launch GMX, Ghana's global music streaming app.
The cultural culture is really music. It's a lecture. It bridges generations. It makes us move. It makes us feel. Yet, behind the scenes, rhythms and faith are musicians' challenges reflecting their lives and future. The big question is, how do we change this narrative? Introducing GMX Code. In the only world
all the musicians, including the CEO number, please come up and join. Please be very simple about this. Let's hurry up, please. Please let this come, please. Your musician, please come. We're waiting for you. Please come up. Please come up.
Good time.